On Sunday night, and I'm trying to remember, I was here on a number of, well, I made a video here when I was running for Congress in 1976 too, so I've been around too, yes.
So,
and my son works for Rupert Murdoch on the Fox News channel, so he used to own this place, I guess, or some part of it. Not
absolutely did. This, by the way, is the flagship television station for local TV. See. So you worked at KWGN then?
Well, I did shows over there. I was on staff at WVDM for 4 years, and then I freelanced a year along with some competitors, Mike Wallace and Hugh Downs and Tom Poston and some of those guys. And I won sometimes, and they did most of the time.
Okay.
I'm Jim Massey. I used to work here for 23 years. I left in 2001. I directed Blinky's Fun Club, this is Russell Scott here, for 12 years.
I've read about you.
And I enjoyed my time here and enjoy seeing the new facilities. Thank you.
Good.
I'm Merlin Smith, and I was at KFEL TV when for a while it was the only channel in town on here. And I was the second booth announcer in Denver. Bob Schreiber was the first booth announcer. And as we lost the networks, as the other stations came in, it got pretty interesting. Like, what are we going to put on the air this week? And we did a lot of local and crazy stuff with movies and silent films, and we had 3 cooking shows on the air at one time. And we had Romper Room, we had Fred and Faye with their early soda shop show.
Right.
And as those other stations came on the air, they diminished their broadcast hours. We signed off at midnight, we always go on the air all night, signed only 20. So I left that and went back to what had become KFEL radio. It had become K9N radio, Gino Fountain sold the radio station. So those early days were fun. We did a lot of crazy live stuff you wouldn't even think of doing today. But it was great fun. It was a wonderful bunch of people starting off. It was one of those things that's cliche, but we hit something, we didn't know we couldn't do it, so we just did it, So anyway, it's fun to be here and near the old stomping grounds. They've changed just a little bit.
We didn't hear from Blinky, did we?
Yeah, Russell, go ahead.
Sorry.
Well, I just wanted to know I'm thrilled to death to be here today. As a matter of fact, I'm thrilled to be anywhere today. As long as it's above ground. In closing, I'd like to say I'm a hand there, Kia. Only me no. Makarata. Any suri na kana yotel. In short, don't forget me your will.
It's hard to follow Blinky, but I was news director of Channel 2 for about 8 years. We were here at what one of the management at the time called the 3 old candy stores, right in this block, the old buildings that Channel 2 was in. That was from about 1974 to 82. And then around just before 1980 or 79, we moved into the facilities out of the tech center and said goodbye forever. We thought at 550 Lincoln, but this is essentially here I am back in the same era. And we went through a lot of growth there, getting into electronic news gathering, as they called it. In those days, there was INN, the Independent Network News, out of the WPIX in New York. Up to that point, we were just using still pictures and coloring them with crayons, some of those kinds of things, and a fairly primitive operation for being that late in the evolution, I guess, of the industry. But it was quite a time at Channel 2, and we worked with a lot of great people like Jim Massey over here, and of course Blinky.
Going to grab another 30 seconds here. I used to direct drink and pour and act and narrate on the Wednesday night fights. And one of the first fights that was shown on Channel 2 came out of Chicago, and that's where I often, there in St. Louis, I was on the shows quite often. Yeah.
That's great.